It's Wednesday, March 12th, and this is your weekly market watch for the Seattle, Washington housing market. Hey there, thanks for tuning in. I am Brennan, and as usual, we're back with your weekly market watch. Typically, I do this on Thursdays, but today is Wednesday, March 12th. We're going to dive right into the numbers, tell you a little bit about what's going on in the market, and then get into some of the market stats. So let's first start with the mortgage rate. So the mortgage interest rate for a 30-year fixed is now at 6.82%. If you followed along at all, this is down for probably about the first time since beginning of December to be this low. It was a little bit lower maybe last week in the 6.7 range, but this is really positive news for buyers in the market because they can afford more home when the interest rate is lower, that it will make their monthly payment lower. Now often interest rates are lower because other things in the economy, and if you're following the news at all, you know that there is a little bit of uncertainty in the economy. People are a little bit worried and we're not sure what's going to happen. So that's probably why this interest rate has fallen a little bit, but it is good news for buyers. If they're wanting to take their money out of the stock market, for example, and put it into real estate, this could help get them into that home for a lower monthly payment. The 15-year fixed is at 6.24%, and the 30-year FHA and VA is at 6.22 and 6.24 respectively. So overall, interest rates are lower, which is good news for buyers. This also helps sellers because it allows buyers to come out and hopefully purchase those homes at a lower rate, which often gives them more flexibility to go higher in the price. Now let's talk a little bit about a story about what's going on in the market this week. We actually had a couple of deals fall out of contract this week. So of course, that's a little bit hard to stomach when you have put so much time and effort into that, both for us as the realtors, people on my team, as well as the clients. One was due to an inspection, one was due to financing issue, but we did see one new contract negotiated with a really big seller credit, or a seller discount rather. So it brought the price down quite a lot from the original starting price, and that was for a condo. Now we do have some homes that are coming up onto the market soon. So we'll have even more stories about how those are going to hit the market and what we see play out with those new listings. Let's talk a little bit about how many homes are hitting the market in Seattle in the past 7 days. So when we look at condos specifically, the condo market, last 7 days, we saw 22 new listings, more than the prior 7 days. So we saw 196 new condo listings hit the market, up from 174 in the prior 7 days. The number of pending listings is down, as well as the number of sold listings. So pending listings were down 18. We saw 200 this week go under contract, and that's down from 218 in the last 7 days. And then for sold, we saw 138 sell, and that's down from 153 in the 7 days prior. So again, we are really seeing the number of new listings and pending listings balance out this week with just a 4-home difference. So 196 new listings compared to the 200 pending listings or homes that went under contract. So we see condos that are coming on the market, even though they are a bit harder to sell currently in this market, they are still going under contract at a pretty good rate. Now, if you did buy your condo just 2 to 5 years ago, it is still kind of hard to sell that condo and make a profit, depending on how much money you put down and how much equity you have in the property. If you are curious about what your condo might sell for in this market, or your home, we're more than happy to prepare a valuation for you and help walk you through the numbers of what a sale would look like. This is one of the most essential steps if you are thinking about selling your home, because often you don't know what it will sell for when you're thinking about it yourself or without some of the data that we can provide. And that's essential to know what you'll walk away from the sale with in your pocket. Moving on, let's talk about the residential homes and townhomes in the Seattle market. This week, we saw an increase of 56 new listings. So we were at 395 total new listings, up from 339 in the 7 days prior. We saw an increase of 38 homes under contract at 580 under contract. That's up from 542 the past 7 days. And this week we saw a decline in the number of sold homes, down by 79 at 308. down from 387 in the 7 days prior. So you can see the number of pending listings or homes going under contract, 580, is still exceeding the number of new listings of 395 by almost 100. So that does mean that that inventory that's been on the market is getting taken off the market eventually. Not for every home, it's not generally applicable, but we do see a lot of homes coming off the market or going under contract, not coming off the market, going under contract when they do come on the market. There are still bidding wars going on. There's a lot of competition in the residential portion of the market for single family homes that have the yard and the lot and no shared walls. So it is really important if you're thinking about buying one of those that you start with a strategy session. We offer this for free over Zoom. If you text or email me, we can set up a time to talk, whether you're thinking about buying in 3, 6, 9, or 12 months. There isn't really a too soon of a time to start that conversation and start thinking about your strategy and your finances. And similarly, if you are thinking about selling, it's really important to start early so you know exactly what's going to happen and you know the strategy for going to the market. That can really make or break your sale and put you in a great position to be able to sell for top dollar. If you have other questions about what's going on in the market, I'd love for you to leave a comment below and let us know what else you'd like answered. It's always helpful to know what information you find most useful, what's still on your mind. And as always, we will continue to bring you these updates every week for your Seattle Weekly Market Watch. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again next time.